24th March 2023 Baapdada Sakar Murli. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, you are spiritual social workers. You have to use your bodies, minds, and wealth in a worthwhile way to make this world become full of happiness, peace, and purity. Question: with what weapon do you children have to conquer Maya, and what is the way to use that weapon? Answer: in order to conquer Maya, you have the discuss of self realization. It is not a physical weapon. Simply stabilize your mind in the stage of Manmanabhav. Remember the mantra of Hum so hum. I become that which I was. And by using this method, you will cut Maya's throat. You will become conquerors of the Maya and rulers of the globe. Song: take us far away from this world of sin to a place of rest and comfort. Om Shanti. You mouth-born creation of Brahma, you Brahmins know that this iron age is a world of sin and that the golden age is definitely a pure, charitable world. It has been explained to you children that pure, charitable human souls take good births, whereas sinful human souls take bad births. This world is now a world of sinful souls. This knowledge is in the intellects of you children. The land of peace is called the supreme abode. This is a land of sorrow. Bharat in the golden age was the land of happiness. We now have to return to the land of peace. Then we will go to the land of happiness. There is purity, peace, and happiness, all three in the land of happiness. There is sorrow, impurity, and peacelessness in this land of sorrow. You have to understand all of these three things. When all of these three exist in Bharat, it is called the land of happiness. You now sacrifice everything, including your bodies, minds, and wealth, to the Father. You serve Bharat with your bodies, minds, and wealth. Service is done with just bodies. Social workers also serve with their bodies. Some serve with money too, but no one in this world knows how to serve with their mind. The Father comes and explains the meaning of Manmanabhav. Remember me, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, from whom you have to claim your inheritance of happiness. To be Manmanabhav means that your intellect is linked to the Father. No other human being can say this. People may be able to serve in every other way, but no one can serve through the mind. People ask how they can have peace of mind. The mind and intellect are organs of a soul, and the physical organs are organs of a body. So, the Father sits here and says, remember the discourse of self realization. Remember your Father and the land of happiness, and forget this land of sorrow. This is what serving with the mind means. Only those who do this will cut off Maya's head and gain victory over Maya. It is not that the heads of human beings are cut off with the Swadershan Chakra discuss of self realization. The deities don't have such ornaments with which they would commit sin. Human beings think that Sri Krishna cut throats with a Swadershan Chakra. That would have been a sinful act, and it is not possible for deities to do such things. The discourse of self realization is not for cutting off people's head. It is the means of conquering Maya. By spinning the discourse of self realization, we conquer Maya and become deities. It is by spinning the discourse of self realization that you conquer Maya. This is your weapon. The conch shell is for spreading the sound of the knowledge you have received. Baba teaches you how to spin the discus of self realization. so that you can become rulers of the globe. We are now going to the land of peace, and we will then go to the land of happiness. The Father has taught us all of this. No one except the Father can make us into spinners of the discus of self realization. You are now part of God's dynasty, and you will then become the dynasty of Vishnu. The symbol of the discus of self realization has also been given to Vishnu. You are effort makers. You know that by spinning the discus of self realization, you become deities. By spinning the discus of self realization, you will go into the Vishnu clan. It is very easy to explain this to someone. Remember the land of peace, which is the Father's home, from where souls have come. It is now hell, and we now have to go to heaven. By remembering the Father, all of your sins will be absolved. However, if there is not full yoke with the Father, you are not able to imbibe knowledge and you are not able to explain to anyone. You Brahma Kumars and Brahma Kumaris are the mouth-born creation of Brahma. Only those who remain pure are BKs. Those who do not remain pure cannot be called the mouth-born creation of Brahma or the grandchildren of Shiv Baba. Anger and greed are separate matters. However, it is wrong to call those who do not remain pure Brahmins. Those who have such vices or who indulge in vice do not belong to the Brahmin clan. You can explain that we remain pure. However, those who indulge in vice and become bad do not have the right to call themselves Brahmins. It is a sin to indulge in vice. Such impure ones shouldn't come here, but for one reason or another they are allowed to come. Just see, all the builders who are working on the building would surely be impure. However, Brahmins cannot do that work, and so they have to take help from them. If someone becomes a helper, he is allowed to stay. In fact, no one impure can really stay here. This is a place for becoming pure. So, impure ones will definitely come. Bharat was pure when both husband and wife remained pure. Lakshmi and Narayan, husband and wife, were both totally viceless. We ourselves praise them. You are now at the confluence age. The Father comes at the confluence age to purify the impure. Those who indulge in vice are called impure. Sannyasis renounce poison, and so impure people bow their heads to them. The word vice is very bad. To be free from vice means to be viceless. Those who indulge in vice are called vicious. This is a brothel, the Father says. I come at confluence of every cycle to purify the impure and to make them worthy of becoming the masters of the pure world. The Creator of heaven will make souls into the masters of heaven. The Father has to explain that deities belong to the Lord and Master. They have now become orphans. This is the world of sorrow, where everyone continues to cause sorrow for one another. The number one sorrow is to use the sword of lust. Through this, you receive sorrow from its beginning, through the middle to the end. It is impossible for anyone to have peace in this world of sorrow because it is a question of the whole world. Although so many sannyasis have remained pure, Bharat has still become Tamo Pradhan. It is simply because they remain pure that impure people serve them and give them food. They even build a palace, etc. for them. Therefore, those who remain pure become very famous. The Father enables you to gain victory over these vices. Everyone has forgotten that they were worthy of worship deities. There is the dynasty of the viceless deities. People ask how creation would take place there. Surely that will take place according to the system there. First, study Raj Yoga with the father and claim your inheritance of the fortune of the kingdom. You should not ask how children would be born there. The dynasty continues. Their renunciation is Rajo Pradhan, whereas the renunciation of the deities is Sato Pradhan. Sannyasis take birth through vice and they then make effort to become viceless. That is a viceless world and this is a vicious world. Vicious human beings wonder how the world can continue without vice. As is their vision, so the world appears to them. The Father makes you so good. The aim remains in your intellects. God makes us become like Himself, gods and goddesses. Therefore, we are now masters gods and we then have to become deities. When we have become master gods, we have to return to the Father's home. Just as He is pure, you too become pure by remembering Him, and you then go to the pure world. There is no trace of sorrow there. Human beings have become such that they have to adopt gurus in order to become pure. Nowadays, they even make vicious, impure human beings their gurus. How could impure household gurus make anyone pure? They don't understand anything. They don't even know the Father. This is a world of orphans. The Golden Age is a world of those who belong to the Lord and Master. Because the Lord and Master establishes the deity religion, those souls belong to the Lord and Master. You are now godly students. God's words were not only spoken to Arjuna, Sanjay was also there. Therefore, you now have to follow the Father's Srimad. The Father says, become elevated, you also have to understand this drama. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Shiva is the creator and director. He also creates Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar and gives them directions. The rosary of Brahma will then change and become the rosary of Rudra and then the rosary of Vishnu. The Father says, simply remember me and heaven and you will become like Lakshmi and Narayan. This is the true income. Human beings take birth according to their karma. The Father now teaches you such elevated karma. Here, there is an income in becoming elevated by following Srimad. Everything else will turn to dust. You have to renounce body consciousness. We now belong to the Father and are going to return to Him. The soul says, Baba, I will cut away all my sins by remembering you, and you will then send me to heaven. There is the establishment of heaven and the destruction of hell. The Mahabharata war is just ahead. It is through this that the gates to liberation and liberation in life will open. Just look how many diseases break out while we sit here. There is nothing but constant comfort. This is the land of sorrow and this is why effort is made for that land of happiness. Maya doesn't exist there, nor is there body consciousness. They understand that they are souls, that when their bodies have become old, they have to take others. There, you do not have the knowledge that you are returning to Baba. It is only now that you have the knowledge that we have to return to Baba and that Baba will then send us to heaven. Continue to act for the livelihood of your bodies. To whatever extent you are obedient and faithful, you will progress accordingly. Become elevated by following Srimad. The duty of worthy children is to claim their full inheritance from the Father. If you claim it now, you will continue to claim it every cycle. If you do not claim it now, you will not be able to claim it every cycle. Compared to you children, the whole world is poverty stricken. Everyone will go bankrupt and everything will turn to dust. Each of you is now earning a true income for the land of truth. The Father says, You have to come back to my home. Therefore, remember that home. The master of the home says, you were the masters of my home, so now remember that home once again. The drama is about to end. It is so easy. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Baapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Spiritual children, in return to the spiritual father, says good morning, Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. Thank you so much, Baba. Essence for Dharana. Point number 1. Claim your full inheritance from the Father by being obedient, faithful, and worthy. Earn a true income for yourself by following Shrimad and performing elevated actions. Point number 2. Become a true Brahmin by becoming completely viceless. Become pure and make yourself worthy of the pure world. Blessing. May your heart be happy and always laugh, sing, and fly by making the one Father your world. May your heart be happy and always laugh, sing, and fly by making the one Father your world. Explanation to this. It is said the world changes with your vision. So, your world has changed with your spiritual vision. The Father is now the world for you. There is a difference between your world before and your world now. Earlier, your intellect was wandering in the world, and now the Father has become your world, and so your intellect has stopped wandering. You have found the Father who has given you unlimited attainments, and so what more do you want? Therefore, just continue to be constantly happy while laughing, singing, and flying. Even if Maya tries to make you cry, do not cry. Slogan. When your heart is clean, your desires continue to be fulfilled. All attainments will automatically come in front of you. When your heart is clean, your desires continue to be fulfilled. All attainments will automatically come in front of you. Acha. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.